welcome to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, if you haven't come from Instagram or my social media, my name is Nicole and I am a full-time lino printmaker. So I make, do I have an example? I use tools to carve away blocks of linoleum, which is a composite material that looks like this. And it's made of linseed oil with like stone dust and sawdust and a bunch of other stuff, resins and things, and it's put on a Hessian backing. So I use little tools to carve that material until they look like something like this. Yeah. And I'm going to show you a scrap one because that's what I've got out from that. So this was a reduction print. So how it works is I carved it a little bit and then I printed it and then I carved it some more and printed a different color. That's just my dog walking through and my second dog following him. We've moved into this new house and it's all wooden floors and they're so loud. We're slowly working on grinding down, especially the older dog's claws. So I'm going to show you this one. Awesome. Okay, so this is my most recent print. So you can see there's multiple colors. The last layer, the black, was printed off the block as it stands now once it's done. Yeah, so that's what I do. Today I have been working in my studio. It's not very lino-centric, this block. I'm working on designing the drawings that will become the lino blocks for a series of prints that will be at least a calendar, maybe some cards, not quite sure yet, but they're going to be both available as prints and as like a digital reproduction product. Yeah, so I thought since I've just moved and some people who follow me might be interested in seeing my new studio video. I'm going to do a little bit of a tour of the stuff I've got. Lots of stuff is just kind of piled up in storage at the moment. And a bit of a vlog of what I'm working on. And yeah, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So firstly, I thought I'd show you this desk, which is set up by the window. I have some like little filing shelving here, which at the moment in the bottom there's this plastic that I put between prints when I'm flattening it to keep everything like from touching each other essentially. There's some extra books, journals and sketchbooks. This is the sketchbook that has dot paper, so I often, if I'm working on a proper project, I draft first on dot paper. That gives me a bit of like if I'm working with paper and I want it to be damp, I use this spray bottle. My Devil's Ivy, I think it's liking its new spot by the window. It's getting quite big, but it's clearly only hanging on by a thread, so I need to repot these. We have Camping Bear here. I don't really know where to put Camping Bear. He's the only toy that I have from my childhood. But I can't leave him out anywhere that the dogs will reach because he has a squeaker. And the dogs love squeakers, especially Spud. So right now he's sitting on this desk. Then we have all my lino cutting tools. So we just have some of the cheaper ones here. Some of them are a little bit rusty because I used them to carve a pumpkin last Halloween. So these are the two tools that I use the most. They are the fair ones. They're Swiss made. I'm not sure if you can see that. Swiss made tools. They are, I wonder if you can see, this one is a tiny V tool, and on both of these I've wrapped, so I hold it like this, I've wrapped the point where my finger sits just with a bit of masking tape that I replace every now and then when it gets worn, and that stops it. I get really calloused on this pointer finger from the pressure of holding that. And this one similarly is just a tiny little U. So these are the smallest two tools that I have. I have these EC Lions ones. So EC Lions. I have a wide V. Wide V. I think this is the 1mm U. I mean, not a wide V, this was a wide U shape. And then sort of medium U shape. And this larger V tool. Larger V tool. The rest of the tools that are in here are also EC Lions, but they're wood gravers, which I do use on Lino, some of them. The ones that I tend to use on Lino are this flat one. So it's got like a flat surface that I can use to kind of make large flattened areas. And this sort of U-shaped one, I don't know what these ones are all called, which I use in a similar way. I don't use the pointy ones. I think these are spit stickers or something like that. And a diamond one, I don't use those. But I do use these, which are basically the same as the larger ones, just a smaller version. And I use those to clear spaces out in smaller areas. Other things on this desk include this book that I bought at a secondhand store last week while I was kind of exploring the area. It's got this inscription. It cost me $15. And just every single page has these like beautiful illustrations. I really love old books with lovely illustrations. And when you think about these old books, like they had no digital printing. So literally all of these books were printed using printmaking techniques. Essentially the text was made using letterpress, which is, you know, little metal bits that have been rolled with ink, rather in a similar way that I roll my plates with ink. And these would have been, I think sometimes they were wood engravings, sometimes they were some kind of copper plate etching or something along those lines. Yeah, I just think it's really beautiful and I haven't wanted to put it away yet. Last time I was in New Zealand, when I went home to New Zealand recently, my mother-in-law gave me this cookie jar that apparently some years ago had my name put against it. I don't remember, but anyway, I do think it's cute still and I like the green and the girls. And I don't know if this is a bit sacrilegious, but I've been storing, these all have ink in them, leftover ink from printing. So I've been storing my ink samples in there, which I just wrap in tin foil or baking paper, depending what I have on hand. Oh, speaking of letterpress, I mostly use this to weight things, like to press prints and stuff, but I actually have this little collection of letterpress sitting on my desk that I have occasionally printed off, just using like stamping ink. I have a collection of plants that are all enjoying the big windows that I have in here. I got this big sit-stand desk to put in the middle of the room so I can film while I'm working. And my chair, I love my chair, it has changed my back. This is like my computer station. I have this HP printer that I picked up on the side of the road like 2 weeks ago, and I am so excited that it actually works. I've been using it to scan prints when I need to. That's my label printer for sending parcels, headphones. Here is my storage, which needs a lot of organizing. I think I'm gonna get this shelf, another one of these shelves, and put it next to it, and I'll move this unit somewhere else because that's not really working. But I've got tripods, computer bag, old prints, just sundry stuff, like there's all my wires and bits and bobs in there, my pins and paper clips and bulldog clips. These are the Patreon prints that I need to send out. I need to package those today. My mask from last Halloween. And that's all my postage stuff in there. And that's my press and all my inks and printing stuff that need all to be laid out somewhere. I need to fix that somehow. And that's what I'm working on now, which is sketching for my series of prints that I'm doing for my calendar.